Look, let's be real with you. Most people think becoming a millionaire requires some genius-level IQ, a trust fund, or selling your soul to corporate America for 40 years. But here's the thing, it doesn't. What it does require is consistency in 5 specific habits that compound over time. Not sexy, not complicated, just 5 behaviors that separate the wealthy from the wishful thinkers. Here are the 5 habits to become a millionaire. Welcome to Alux, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Some people stumble into wealth, others build it brick by boring brick. And the crazy part? The builders usually end up richer and stay that way longer. So buckle up, because we're about to break down the exact playbook. Habit number 1, pay yourself first, not last. This is the foundation, the bedrock, the non-negotiable starting point. Every single millionaire we've studied has this one thing in common. They treat savings and investments like a bill that must be paid before anything else. Not after rent, not after the new sneakers, not after brunch with the squad. First, period. Here's how broke people handle money. Paycheck comes in, they pay bills, buy stuff, go out, and if there's anything left over, maybe, just maybe, they'll save it. Spoiler alert, there's never anything left over. Here's how millionaires do it. Paycheck comes in, 20 to 30% goes straight into investments and savings accounts automatically. And then they live off the rest. It's called reverse budgeting, and it's the cheat code nobody wants to use because it requires actual discipline. Let me give you some real numbers. If you're making $50,000 a year and you save 25% of that, that's $12,500 annually. Invested in an index fund averaging 10% returns, that's $2.2 million in 30 years. You didn't get a promotion, you didn't start a side hustle, you just consistently paid yourself first. Now imagine if you did get those raises and promotions. The numbers get stupid fast. David Bach, the guy who wrote The Automatic Millionaire, calls this concept paying yourself first, and he's helped millions of people retire wealthy using this single principle. The psychology here is simple. When you automate your savings, you never see the money, so you don't miss it. Your lifestyle adjusts to what's left. It's like when Netflix raises their prices by $2. You complain for a day, then forget about it and keep watching. Same concept, except this time it's working for you, not against you. Here's the move. Set up automatic transfers the day after your paycheck hits, 20% minimum. If that feels impossible, start with 10% and increase it by 1% every month until you hit 25 to 30%. Your future self will literally thank you in a mansion. And if you're sitting there thinking, but I can't afford to save 20%, let me ask you this. Can you afford to be broke at 65? Because that's the alternative. We're not being mean, we're being honest. Priorities reveal themselves in bank statements, not intentions. Habit number 2, live below your means, way below. This is where most people fail spectacularly. They get a raise and immediately upgrade their lifestyle. New car, bigger apartment, fancier restaurants. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth. Millionaires do the opposite. They keep their expenses low even as their income skyrockets. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Mark Zuckerberg drove a Honda Fit when he was already a billionaire. These aren't flukes, it's a mindset. The rule is simple. As your income grows, your expenses should stay flat or grow at a much slower rate. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is where wealth is built. Let's do the math. Person A makes $60,000 and spends $55,000. They save $5,000 a year. Person B makes $60,000 and spends $40,000. They save $20,000 a year. Fast forward 20 years with 8% investment returns. Person A has $247,000. Person B has $988,000. Same income, 4 times the wealth, all because of spending discipline. Now, we're not saying live like a monk, we're saying be intentional. Buy the things that genuinely add value to your life and ruthlessly cut the things that don't. That $200 a month car payment on a car you bought to impress people you don't even like. Cut it. That $15 subscription you forgot you had? Gone. That daily $7 coffee when you could make it at home for 50 cents? Do the math. Here's a framework, the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income goes to needs like rent, groceries, utilities. 30% goes to wants like dining out, hobbies, travel. 20% goes to savings and investments. But if you want to be a millionaire faster, flip it. Make it 50% needs, 20% wants, 30% savings. The discomfort you feel now is temporary. The wealth you build is permanent. And here's the kicker. Living below your means doesn't just build wealth. It buys you freedom. When your expenses are low, you're not trapped in a job you hate. You're not one emergency away from financial ruin. You have options. And options, my friend, are the ultimate luxury. The truly wealthy don't look rich. They are rich. There's a difference. One is performance, the other is reality. Choose wisely. Habit number 3, invest aggressively and consistently. Saving money is cute. Investing money is how you actually get rich. Let's be clear, your savings account is not making you wealthy. It's losing value every single day thanks to inflation. If inflation is 3% and your savings account pays 0.5%, you're going backwards. Congratulations, you played yourself. Millionaires put their money to work in assets that grow. Stocks, real estate, index funds, businesses. Things that appreciate over time and generate passive income. The stock market has averaged about 10% annual returns over the past century. Real estate has averaged 8 to 12% depending on the market. Compare that to your savings account's 0.5% and you see the problem. Here's the strategy. Invest in low-cost index funds like the S&P 500. It's diversified, it's simple, and it works. Over the long term, you're basically betting on the American economy, which historically has been a winning bet. If you invest $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund, starting at age 25, by age 65, you'll have about $3.2 million, assuming 10% average returns. That's millionaire status from just $500 a month. No stock picking, no day trading, no crypto gambling, just boring, consistent investing. But here's the thing, you have to stay invested even when the market crashes. Especially when the market crashes. That's when you're buying stocks on sale. The 2008 financial crisis. People who stayed invested and kept buying are now incredibly wealthy. The people who panicked and sold, they locked in their losses and missed the recovery. Investing isn't about timing the market. It's about time in the market. The longer your money is invested, the more it compounds. And compounding is literally the 8th wonder of the world. Albert Einstein allegedly said that. If he didn't, he should have. Let's talk real estate too. Buying property and renting it out creates cash flow and builds equity. You're using the bank's money to buy an appreciating asset that someone else pays off for you through rent. That's leverage, baby. Do that a few times and you're sitting on serious wealth. Grant Cardone started with one rental property and now owns a $5 billion real estate portfolio. Barbara Corcoran turned a $1,000 loan into a real estate empire. It's not magic, it's math plus time plus consistency. And if you're thinking, I don't have money to invest, go back to habit 1. Pay yourself first. Create the money to invest by cutting the nonsense spending. It's a choice, Starbucks or stocks, bottle service or bonds, your call. Also, max out your retirement accounts. 401k, Roth, IRA, whatever your country offers. These accounts give you tax advantages that supercharge your wealth building. Not using them is leaving free money on the table. Invest early, invest often, invest consistently. That's the formula. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, just compound interest doing its thing while you sleep. Habit number 4, increase your income relentlessly. Okay, so you're saving, living below your means, and investing. That's great. But there's a limit to how much you can save and invest if your income stays flat. At some point, you need to earn more, a lot more.